Afternoon, Denver. It's July 21st, 2022. On Sunday last week, no, this week, Denver police shot into a crowd because they saw somebody handling a gun in some way, shape, or fashion. So they shot the crowd, nailed 7.
Oh, elbows.
What's going on?
Oh, you gotta get down here, bro. They shot 6 fucking innocent.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. You gotta get down here. Give up the plastic, everybody.
Jamie Bates.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it, shut it down. We don't get it. Hi everyone, it's so awesome to see everybody here today. My name is John. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the leader of the newly formed Denver Aurora Community Action Committee. Man, our name's a mouthful because we want to be able to connect these communities together, especially after the brutal murder of Elijah McClain on behalf of APD. It's so important that even though we may always focus around Denver, there are other communities that aren't necessarily centrally located, and we wanted to make sure that even though maybe not everyone is from the same area, we all have common goals. And those common goals have to do with our common enemy. And our common enemy is certainly the police.
Damn right!
When I heard about the shooting on Sunday morning, I felt angry. I felt depressed. But most of all, I was not surprised. I was not surprised because we live in a country that would rather build homes that nobody can afford and let people sleep on the streets. We live in a country that would rather fund its police departments than its schools. Would rather fund its police departments than its hospitals. Rather fund that than affordable housing. A country whose police spend their time shooting up the streets when there isn't a white supremacist teen who just turned 18 that day, went out and bought a rifle, hundreds of rounds, and decided he was going to take over where the pigs left off. It seems like a day doesn't go by in America these days where we don't hear about another shooting somewhere in the United States. And it seems like not a day goes by where we don't see another black or brown person shot to death by police. When we hear about Jalen Walker, who was filled with lead, over 60 bullets riddled his body in Akron, Ohio. This is not to end, and it's not going to end unless people rise up and take their collective power to enact real political change. You know, something that people used to tell me back when I started organizing when I lived in Florida was, you have a lot of problems that you want to bring to me, but you don't have any solutions. Well, I can think of a few solutions. One solution! One solution!
Revolution!
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 Denver Police Department receives 38% of the city budget of Denver. How's that? There are so many better ways that Denver could be using that money. And the irony never leaves me when I walk in this neighborhood right here in Cap Hill and I see dozens of people destitute, looking for solutions, trying to just scrape by, sleep we're built for. That is why we need a civilian police accountability council. And a lot of people might be asking, John, who's the civilian police accountability council? That's a great question. So, a civilian police accountability council can do, there's a lot of things it can do, but it can do 4 things. The first thing, hire and fire any police officer. It could be a beat cop, it could be the chief of police, it does not matter. It has the authority to do that. Second thing, set the police budget, and y'all know what that means. That means take that shit away, that means defund the police. Put that money towards other services. Put that money towards education. Put that money towards housing. Because we have all these corporate housing developers who buy up all this shit. People who have a ton of money making this shit into Airbnbs when working people, working class people can't afford to live in one of the biggest cities in the country. We're becoming almost as unaffordable as New York City. We're becoming almost as unaffordable as Los Angeles. And yet, so much of our money that could be going to uplift people goes back to the community. Which brings me to the third thing that a CPAC can do. A CPAC can write police policies. It can actually say, hey, you know that 1033 program that you guys are a part of where you get those hundreds of assault rifles, you get those MRADs, you get those like tanks, you get sound weapons, for pennies on the dollar from the United States Armed Forces. Yeah, y'all can't do that anymore. Because the police are very obviously an occupying force within our communities. They're an occupying force within Denver, within Aurora, within our black and brown communities, on the north side. The last thing that a CPAC can do is it has subpoena power. And the subpoena power to investigate the police. It has the ability to sue them for evidence so that it can make those decisions. And it won't just be investigating to say, oh, well, you shouldn't have done that, don't do that next time. It's going to investigate to put people and actually indict them and put killer cops in jail. Which is what we need. We need these people off the streets. Now, yesterday, 3 days ago, Monday morning, the police chief should have come on the news and said, we are so sorry. Those officers are never coming back.
Damn right.
But let me tell y'all, we are not going to achieve community control of the police unless we build a mass movement that takes folks from every walk of life, all working people from every neighborhood, and come together to build that mass power. This shit is going to continue if we stop coming to the streets and we stop making the efforts that we have to make. George Floyd's murder did not go in vain because people took to the streets for days, weeks, months, and we finally achieved a serious victory in the indictment of Derek Chauvin. In the indictment of the killer cops. And we need a CPAC to be able to do this, not just so that people can come and, spend their weekend days and come out here and do this all the time. We need to have that base of power developed so that there's actual democratic input instead of just a review board. Because let me tell y'all something, a review board is not going to get y'all anything.
That's right.
A review board is just going to say, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that, but it's not like we can fire them. It's not like we can put them in prison. It's not like we can actually have their consequences for what they did if it's not able to prosecute the police, if it's not able to set their budget, if it's not able to fire officers, if it's not able to write their policy, it's not a CPAC. So, when Jared Polis, when the mayor, when the police chief, whoever tells you that we already have this, no we don't! No the fuck we don't! And so I just want to thank y'all for coming out today. Remember that community control of the police starts here. It starts with us taking to the streets. It starts with us levying our demands. It starts with us following in the footsteps of the people who have come before us. I want to thank you guys for coming out today. If you're interested, we have another event next Saturday, July 30th at 1 p.m. right here. So, easy to remember. Organizing against the murder of Jayland Walker. here in Akron, Ohio. So please come out, please show your support, and remember that these struggles cannot happen unless we are all united and we are all coming out to voice our demands, because this is true democracy. This is what democracy looks like. DPD Council on patrol, what do we need?
Community control.
DPD Council on patrol, what do we need?
Community control.
DPD Council on patrol, what do we need?
Community control.
Thank you, John. Hey, JCAT, yes. Shout out to the next event on the 30th at 1. Yes, you.
It's an interesting new shaker, noisemaker.
Yeah, activate them with like the drum thing, trying to make more noise when we're out.
Very good.
But I thought it was like a fake thing to throw the cops. That's hilarious. But no.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, I'm not gonna touch those.
I'm going back to the speakers. Had to come say hi.
In addition to the young black man they were trying to kill. Both events decimate the arguments that people make on behalf of the Thin Blue Line. You'll be thankful if someone brings their stuff to your kid's school, they say. Not in Uvalde. If you follow the law perfectly, you have nothing to worry about. Not in Denver. And let's be clear, what DPD says they were trying to do is murder another young black man in the street, which is evil enough without the collateral damage. Everything between Uvalde and Denver has a different degree of brutality and violence, killing in the name of capitalist private property. And that is all we can ever expect from police, because they have only two tools, weapons and cages. Therefore, all they can offer us is harm and imprisonment, never safety, never peace. When you imagine a safe and peaceful community, I don't think you see roving gangs of heavily armed gunmen in all black, hanging off the sides of military vehicles, and thumping the streets with chemical weapons. I think you see access to resources, abundance, and community care. When we call to defund and abolish DPD, that is what we are calling for. Abundance for our community. The vast majority of interpersonal harm is not caused by some fundamental evil class of criminal minds like in a Batman comic. It's caused by poverty and desperation. Spending $250 million, 40% of our community's money on police, is spitting in the face of all of our struggling neighbors who could make much better use of those resources ourselves. But we can never expect better from the cops roving our streets. It's not the demographics. There's no special camera. There's no implicit bias training. And there's no impartial government oversight board that can change the cold facts. The police are here to hurt us. So reform is not an option.
up, baby?
We must abolish the police. Today, the pigs who shot indiscriminately into that crowd must be immediately fired, arrested, and barred from any future employment in police. The body camera footage must be made public, unedited, and the victims of DPD's mass shooting must be made whole if our broken justice system is capable of saving them. That's their job. Our job is to continue to organize for abolition. Let this be the last straw for you and your friends from bad apple style reformism. Let all of your communities raise their voices for peace, prosperity, violence, police and prison, and bring yourselves into the fight by joining a fighting abolition organization like SDS, Denver DSA, YCL, GACHC, and CPUSA, all of whom are here today. Today we decide, today we abolish. The people united will never be defeated. 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 Thank you to Claire and the DSA for being here. I want to comment on Claire's last statements about joining an organization. The shootings happened, and right afterwards, these 5 organizations got together in emergency call and put this together. This is what organizing does. All of you here, this is what organization is. And we keep talking about it, about what do we need to do. We need to get up and fight back. Well, the precinct is only half a mile away.
Yeah, are we gonna go there?
So what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Before we go to the precinct,
Fuck yeah.
everybody stay together. Don't let us, don't really say no. Stay
Let's
in
go
a
to the
group.
precinct, guys.
Follow the marshals. Listen to the marshal.
We got marshals leading us.
These 2 banners will
For
be up
safety.
front. Follow the banners. Be safe. Make smart decisions. And watch slowly. No justice! No peace!
Contemplating if my battery's gonna make it all the way there.
What kind of charger you got?
See?
Oh shit. I got an iPhone on me,
Everybody try to stay on the sidewalk.
Oh, we're not taking a lane? Sidewalks are for regular walking, not for fancy walking.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. No justice, no peace, no liberty, no peace. No justice, no peace, no occupation, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
I'll be back. Your battery pack?
Yeah. You need it?
Yeah.
What do you want? Here, you know what?
Just
I'm
one?
plugged into my laptop, so you can use this battery pack right here.
Sweet.
Stand up like that! They gotta come over here anyway. The precinct's on this side.
Yes, it does seem like that's exactly what we got going on here.
Parade going on here.
Look at that. All the lights are on a four-way red. They're actually blocking traffic down there.
Oh, they are blocking the
They are blocking traffic.
They're blocking the traffic. Good eye there, Pat.
Thank you.
One block up, we've got police motorcycles barricading.
They're doing their job. Watch this ambulance. He's clearly traveled down one side of the road. We'll notice that 2 blocks up, Denver police were blocking traffic. They have now ceased doing that.
United will never be defeated.
But they are blocking over there on 14th.
Providing safety for us.
So they are providing a minimum 7 shots Sunday morning. Only fought Shardward, DPD.
Still about 7 blocks away when you count them all up. Are we gonna go get your phone or what? Did you ever get that back?
It's fucking sold by police auction by
They
now.
already fucking auctioned it off, huh?
Yeah?
Kidding, right?
No, I'm not
They
kidding.
fucking sent it to auction. They were like, no one's ever seen this. One of them bought it.
My bet. I scaled this fence. It was very dangerous, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It was scary.
Cops and the Klan go hand in hand.
It almost looks like you're eating popcorn.
Fuck, well.
There you go. It's a live show, he said.
We're about to turn left up here.
McDonald's workers all watching, checking it out. That's right. By the way, hi folks. You can go watch Jamie Bates. He's much more exciting and live. David Bourne, La Luz, Lacey R, Good Citizen Media. Welcome, folks. Bates is still here. He's on the other side. Amazing audits. He's right over there.
Racist cops try to attack, what do we do? When racist cops try to attack, what do we do? When racist cops try to attack, what do we do? DPD kills while on patrol. What do we need? DPD kills while on patrol. What do we need? DPD kills while on patrol. What do we need? The people united will never be defeated. 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 The people
I think I see an MRAP.
The people
There's definitely a large vehicle 3 blocks ahead. I'm pretty sure it's an MRAP.
The people united will never be defeated.
Might be a fire truck. But that vehicle's not moving fast enough.
Hey, hey, oh, these killer cops have got to go.
It's a fire truck.
Hey, hey, oh, these killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey, oh, these killer cops have got to go.
Let's turn it.
Hey, hey, oh, these killer cops have got to go. These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey, oh, these killer cops have got to go. These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey, oh, these killer cops have got to go. No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace!
3 units on the 6. All squad cars. Doesn't look like there's any standing SWAT on the side. It's a fairly small crowd. It's daylight. We're not expecting any major violence. Out of the bar and into the street. They don't get it. What do we got? What do we got? Do we got MRAP? Is there some violence waiting for us? Oh wow, it doesn't look like there's anything here. Just some cops down the end of the street, blocking traffic with their motorcycles. Did you hear the news? Sunday morning, 7 shot. Only bullets fired were DPD.
Are we educating the public?
Of course we are.
Okay.
That's part of what we do.
Gotta educate me by them, the public defenders. What
There
I
they
do.
go. There they go on their
Hey,
fucking
did you just call me by my first name?
What?
Oh, I thought I heard you call me by my first name. Like you. What county do you?
Right here.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're gonna thank me.
We
What I love.
we do a little jury education here and there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
when racist cops try to attack,
Man.
what do we do?
I remember feels like it was just 2 years ago when this intersection was just littered. Oh no, it was that intersection. Littered with shrapnel from a nice midnight battle. Had a few of those around here. Jamie's over there waving hi to him and shit.
The people united will never be defeated.
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 There's your rolling SWAT. There they are. They're at District 6 in the parking lot.
Fuck you! The people united will never be defeated. I lose my fucking mind! Kill the cops! How many lives you gotta take?
All right, everybody, we have our demands right here. They can hear us.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
We demand the firing of the officers involved in the shooting.
Right there, over there.
Any other recordings of the shooting. We demand the defunding, disarming, and demilitarizing of the DPD.
No!
Especially via participation in the Pentagon 1033 program. We demand the amplification of demands from families who have suffered from police crimes. Restitution for the victims of police shootings. And the establishment of a civilian police accountability council. So now we know.
Ouch.
They're there. They can hear us. This is what organizing does. Now we know that they know. So if they don't do it, then we get back up and we come do this again. We have a couple more speakers. We have Paul here from the YCL. Let's go, Paul. Thank you, everyone, for being here. My name is Paul. I'm a proud member of the Young Communist League and the CPUSA chapter here in Denver. The Students for a Democratic Society. I'd like to thank all the organizations who came out, all the people who came out. Now, thank you for all being here. What the police did over the weekend was a reckless and flagrant disregard for human life that threatened the lives of 7 members of our community. Witnesses to the event recalled the police randomly shooting into a crowd of people. Now, Section 18-12-106 of the Colorado Revised Statutes makes it a crime to discharge a firearm recklessly or with criminal negligence. These cops broke the law, and they should be charged, arrested, and tried. Not only should those responsible for this shooting be charged, but let's see some badges and some guns on the table. These trigger-happy pigs off our streets. No reassignment, no paid vacation. These trigger-happy pigs have got to go. Of course, the media has spun what happened to try and paint what these cops did as innocent or tell us that the injuries of the victims were somehow less serious than they were. Know that what they're doing is just the same bullshit propaganda they've been pushing for years. Channel 7 remarked that the police had noticed multiple people in the crowd who had been injured as a result of this incident, and that 5 people in the crowd had suffered non-life-threatening injuries from a direct or indirect result of the officer involved.
Indirect my ass.
Yeah, indirect by
7.
ass. The way in which they are trying to paint this event doesn't name any of those officers responsible and implies that the lives of the victims hadn't been threatened by the police bullets that night, when we know damn well what a pig's bullet can do to a person.
We know last year there were 53 police shootings here in Denver, in which 23 people were killed. 23! The way the narrative of the shooting is being obscured and whitewashed tells us that these police don't believe they are accountable to the people. We demand the release of the unedited footage from the body cameras that the cops wore, in addition to the halo cameras in the street that caught the event. Both of these demands have been blocked by the police department, as they know that the footage will contradict their narrative of the shooting.
Dirty cops!
Dirty cops!
Dirty cops!
Let the people see the truth of what happened, so that the community may be informed of how their police department engages with no regard for human life. Come on, DPD! Firing bullets into a crowd would weigh heavy on anyone's conscience. The truth will set you free. Release the unedited footage.
Release it!
See themselves as occupiers in a hostile territory, having to pull their gun out at a moment's notice to execute whoever they deem unfit for a trial. It's well past time these police were brought under community control. The amount of money we are spending on having these trigger-happy cops prowling our streets is a damn shame when you consider the state of our schools, of our infrastructure, of our public transportation system, and of our homeless population here in Denver. That's right! Defund these police, fire these trigger-happy cops who shot into that crowd on Saturday, and give their salaries and their pensions back to the community. Let's put that money into our schools, year after year. Let's put that money into our housing, so we can put our community members who have been, into housing our community members who have instead been mistreated and criminalized by these pigs. The time is now to solve these problems instead of criminalizing the symptoms of a broken system that is capitalism. I know that many of us are tired, exhausted even in fighting this broken system. If it's not a police shooting, it's our bodily autonomy being ripped away from us. If it's not that, it's the future of our planet being threatened by climate change. Or it's a pandemic that takes 1 million lives and still isn't taken seriously by the government. Or it's our undocumented neighbors being hauled off to a concentration facility in Aurora with despicable conditions. Know that these problems are interrelated and that we as individuals cannot overcome any one of them, but that we must unite as the masses to meaningfully challenge them. Unite with your coworkers. Join an organization. Join a union with your coworkers. Join your fellow students and join an organization like the Students for a Democratic Society or the Young Communist League. Or join the DSA.
Jump out, City Survive.
Coalitions like the one we see today and organized groups like them can bring about the change necessary to address these problems. Leftists in Colorado will continue to organize together around common causes like this and build strength in uniting in the struggle for a better world. Thank you. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Thank you. We are seeing firsthand how the police actively shape narrative, what Paul so accurately described. First they told us it was 5 suspects, then I saw 6, then 7. Just release the body cam footage. We deserve to know.
Does your armor protect against
Next up, we have a speaker from Students from Democratic Society. We have Shane, here to talk about the 1033 program. Shane, where are you?
Just do it.
First, let's do another speaker. We have Freedom Road Socialist Organization. We have Kat here to talk about the origin of the police.
When racist cops try to attack, what do we do? When racist cops try to attack, what do we do? When racist cops try to attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
I'm sending your P.O. box.
I know your address. Have killed over 1,000 people in the past year. In the past 15 years, they killed about 16,000 people. They kill 1,000 people every year.
That's
This is a
gross!
consistent pattern that
That's
is
nasty!
continuous.
That's nasty! That's nasty!
Murderers! How many of those do you think have led to a conviction? 44? Out of 15,000? 7 were convicted of murder. There is no accountability for the police in this country. The police are a gang occupying our communities. They protect each other at the expense of us. They keep their secrets, they keep their weapons, they keep their ammunition, and they will not tell us the truth. Of the people that have been murdered by police, a third to a quarter have been black people. Black people are 3.5 times more likely to be killed by the police. This is a system, and it comes from the origins of the police. They were originally slave catching militia. That is where the police come from.
Say louder.
Slave catching militia. Their job to catch runaway slaves. Their job was union busting. Their job was to brutalize people for standing up against injustice. That's their job. Their job is to enforce the system of capitalism and racism. But slavery was never abolished. The 13th Amendment says you can still be bound in slavery for a crime. So, doesn't this just encourage the police to find reasons to arrest people? It's free labor in prisons. The prison industrial complex makes tons of money for the police, for the cities that these private prisons operate in, from the free labor of people who beat police, brutalize, and arrest. And you know, the police are under no obligation to actually protect us. Warranty District of Columbia. It was ruled the police do not have any obligation to protect us.
The speaker from STS.
And we see the proof of this in Uvalde.
Who's speaking right now?
They stood by. They did not do the job that they were allegedly
I
hired
have
to
other
do.
people in the organization, but they
But
haven't
instead,
tried to speak.
what they were doing,
You guys have no
brutalizing
You seem
civilians,
like,
trying to arrest homeless people.
yeah.
Police,
I'd love to get your
police
phone number and see if we
does
can
not
work out.
prevent
Not
crime.
right now. There's too many cameras.
Criminalizing communities leads to more crime because they're taking away resources, they're taking away opportunities from people. So I want to talk about an interesting case study, the NYC police slowdown on December 2014. A grand jury decided not to indict Officer Cantilio for the murder of Eric Garner. In response, there were massive protests, and the police, in response, held a slowdown. They responded to calls only in pairs, left their squad cars only if they felt compelled. They did not perform proactive policing tactics. So, what do you think happened? Exactly, crime went down. Arrests in the city fell by half. Criminal summonses dropped by more than 90%. There were 3 arrests and 4 killings. 400. Less parking tickets, 30% drop in major felony arrests. And this is not because of underreporting. It's because great crime was happening. Even during the slowdown, civilians reported, on average, 2,100 fewer major crimes. The police do not prevent crime. This is propaganda that they spread.
That's my line. That's my line.
What is your life?
anybody to possibly support
This is why we need control of the
open
police.
shooting like
So we
this.
can say, no, we're not going to give you $250 million. We're going to invest that money in communities.
Give them planning advice for job reassignment out of the gun carrying jobs.
I mean, how could they still support it?
Yeah, they could give financial advice on how to survive in a different career. That's how they could support it. You got it.
And so I want to thank you all for coming out here, because these movements, they take time to build. They take organization and they take dedication by people like you. So I wanted to emphasize the points that were raised earlier. Join an organization. Simple organization here that you can join. If you are not part of an organization,
pregnancy.
Don't say that shit to my face, pussy!
because these people continue pushing these demands. So things will not get better until we make things better.
People in these houses got gassed night after night 2 years ago. We have our own police helicopter floating around up there, folks. It's kind of quieting down, I think. It's going to be a march back shortly. I don't anticipate a whole lot of craziness tonight. Right? It's not like we're going to expect the police to go shoot more people overnight. So, you know. There's definitely one sitting on the sidewalk over there, chatting with somebody on a bicycle. So there's 4 hanging off on the top of the building. It's intermixed, I think, a few times. That was a bee. So, folks, I think I'm gonna kill the feed because it's pretty dead out here. No, nothing real dangerous. There's a lot of other live feeds going. I needed some exercise, so you know, get my hiking in today. Jesse, Audit Press, National Auditors Convention, MD, Bridget, Dirk. Yeah, Burke, this is District 6. Liv, Stacy, Even Love Solidarity. Glad to have you all on board today. It's pretty quiet. We're going to have a march back. Should be quiet, dispersible. So we'll talk to y'all later.